Hey, good evening. It's patdees, and you're on Pat's Hall channel. I'm testing a little bit with StreamYard, the green screen now, where I can have stuff behind me. I'm not actually perched up in the middle. I sold your AMD stock. Hey, good, Dave. Um, I basically wanted to go live here, and a lot of times I'll do these spontaneous based on what the market has done that day. And as I titled it, stock market correction and update to basically January stock picks, and basically want to talk about. And um, I'm not concerned, but yeah, I still think it's to keep updated. Um, and to keep making content to show you guys that hey, I'm interested. If you guys could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this, I'd greatly appreciate it. It says I'm live here. Let me pop this up real quick. I kind of, like I said, did this spontaneous, so I appreciate the support. Okay. Actually, I need my phone to actually use my calculator. I want to touch on basically the market today. That if you notice, there was a correction. Now, when I say correction, it was down something like 2%. So, I mean, not a big deal. But I mean, you got the Dow Jones was down 227, down 0.78%. You got the S&P that was down 35.48, down a percent, and the Nasdaq was down 174.3, down 1.79%. For the week, basically, you got this. The market was down. Yeah, basically, the Dow was down 1.5%, which is nothing really from where we've come from. The S&P was down about 1.25%, and you have the Nasdaq that was down about 1.6%. And yet the market, the Nasdaq is still up roughly 6.5% for the year, and the Dow is actually up about 1.6%. So really, anything correcting going forward, the market is going to be flat. I do believe that we are starting to see signs, though, of a correction. Now, when I say correction, usually a typical correction is about 10%. Can we afford to lose 10%? Of course. The market has moved up over the last 3 years, but you got speculation stocks that there are stocks moving. It's nothing to move 15, 20% sometimes in a day. I mean, you even got a company like Domino's Pizza that's been around for a while, and the stock was up 25% yesterday. 25%. I mean, had you invested into $350 calls, you could have turned $500 into $100,000 just in one day on calls, on the $350 calls. What I want to talk about, and there's 5 stocks that I talked about in January. They were Disney, Walgreens, Taperstry, Qualcomm, and Viacom. Those were the 5 that I recommended, and Viacom being the most disappointing. I'll get to that last. But Disney, back in January, I recommended at $144.62. It closed, and again, I'm doing this all off the fly. It closed at $138.97. Walgreens, and then I'll go over basically what the percentage is on these. Walgreens closed at $51.45. Taperstry closed at $27.99. Qualcomm closed at $87.03. and Viacom closed at 28.26. Let me double check Qualcomm. I think, yeah, that was 87. So Disney basically closed at. Let's do the percentage wise where it's at. 144.62 minus 138.97. 144.62 minus 138.97. Basically, yeah, hold on. 144.62 minus 138.97. Down $5.65 for a loss of, we're going to round up 4%. WBA 54.22 to 51.45 was a loss of. I see there's two people in here watching now. Thank you, guys. Basically talking about the market and where we're at. Doing an update. I think we're starting to begin a market correction, and nothing to panic about, but to stay transparent and talk to you guys, not when the market's even up, but when it's down, or what we're doing even personally. So basically, the Walgreens position, how you get to Wall Street. Hello, my friend. Took a big loss today. Yeah, but you know what, T? eBay was up. So I wonder what's, on a day today, the market was down basically 1% on average, with the NASDAQ being down close to 1.6%. So it's not as bad as people seem if you bought the stocks 6 months ago. But this is why, I think you got to pay attention. Taperstry was TPR. Recommended in January at 27.43. It closed today at 27.99. So actually, that's a gain of 56 cents divided by 27.43. So basically, 2% gain. Now, I want to fully disclose we're out of that position. We got out of Taperstry and made probably about 7%. So that is now a position that is no longer in the portfolio. Qualcomm was 90.27 when we recommended in January, is now 87.03. So it's down $3.24. Divide that into 90.27. I want to give you the percentage terms too. So I'm gonna round up. It's Facebook and pharmaceutical. Okay. So it's 3.6%. Down. It's 3.5. I just rounded 3.6. The worst position that has done terrible, and it's been a train wreck, and unfortunately is the largest position that we hold, is Viacom. Viacom, we recommended in January at $40.31. It closed at 28.26. The other day, it was down 17% alone in just one day. And I'll get into that a little bit more. So basically that's down 30% Viacom. So that is the worst position. Yes. And you won with eBay, but lost with Facebook. So that's the thing. We are still holding Disney. We are holding Walgreens. Qualcomm, basically, we're not in right now, but we've been trading that stock. So sometimes we've been buying it and selling it to make 2 or 3% at a time. My concern with Qualcomm is that with what's going on with the coronavirus in China, that there's a delay in chips. I think if you're investing into Qualcomm, I like Qualcomm here at 87.03, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it even in the lower 80s temporarily until Viacom. And I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to tell you what we personally did. And Qualcomm, I think is going to be fine in the next year or two, but we could get those moments where, if you start getting a correction, one thing when the market starts to correct, you get it seems like it takes 7-8 months to get 15%, and to give it back, sometimes it takes weeks. So, it could happen fast. It could happen basically in 6 weeks that you're looking and prices are lower. So this is definitely going to be a market to pick up stocks for the long term, but it was also going to be a trader's market. There's going to be people that trade stocks on the downside, which they'll by selling short and buying puts. And, they know people are kind of nervous and don't want to give up those big gains that they have. So I like Disney for the long term. So I actually like Walgreens too. Walgreens is basically trading at 7 times earnings. It's a conservative stock. It's like got a 3.5% dividend. So we're holding that. Qualcomm, what recently happened with Qualcomm? Qualcomm merged. CBS bought out. They merged together. CBS and Viacom merged together. They came out with their first earnings report, and it was supposed to be around $1.43. It was 97 cents. But everybody's got to keep in mind, you're talking about merger costs that were written off then too. And right now, it's just the unknown competitive environment as far as people, what's going to happen as far as streaming and stuff like that. So they now have to basically, because they are a combined company, they're going to have to cut costs and do things to, and they're going to. Right. Yeah. I've done the same thing too. I had bought it in actually the 60s and sold it in the 80s and stuff. So that's going to be, it's definitely good with 5G rolling out. It's definitely going to be a stock that I think that once it does crack about 97 and gets close to 100, it'll probably go to 110 like that. Viacom, the problem with Viacom is it's at 28.26. I wouldn't put a big position on. I would, because now it's gonna, the bottom fell out, and people are gonna kind of wait and see, kind of let it stabilize. I think that the problem with Qualcomm is Viacom, ViacomCbs, is that you buy it at 28.26. They'll be selling at 32, 35 because the people that just bought it in the 34, 35 range are already looking at a 20% drop. So you're going to have that pressure for a while where it's going to be give and take. But I think you could have, with a stock that cheap at 28.26, you're going to have a lot of back and forth as far as people willing to trade those 3 to 5% moves. I still think, and it's the largest position, we actually had a position in Lyft that was profitable, and we got out of it. We got back into it, took a minor loss, and because I sold that because I thought it was a better opportunity. And we're talking like $170 loss, no big deal, less than basically less than like 2%. And we still own Lyft in another account, but we took that money and poured it and bought more Viacom. I really think Viacom, once they can start showing numbers that are better, and just the assets alone are worth more than right now. They merged together. They're not going to sit back and watch the company become worthless. Let me look it up and see what the value of the company is right now. But they are eventually, and that's another thing, is I could see them down the road really being acquired by a larger company, maybe Netflix, Amazon, that is looking for a studio and has all these that they offer. I mean, you got a company that basically is trading at 7 or 8 times earning. Their market cap is $17.4 billion, which is nothing. I mean, you got basically Disney. Disney. I mean, obviously Disney has theme parks and stuff, but you got Disney trading at a $250 billion market cap. So I am I would slowly right now build a position in Viacom, but that's not the. Don't be greedy. Some of the look. Am I upset that it dropped 30% since January? Of course I am. Nobody likes to lose money, but actually, even Barron's, the big newspaper that's owned by the Wall Street Journal, recommended that was one of their like top 20 picks for this year to make money. And I'm sticking with that. I think we could. It's a big hit though to go from 40 to 28. It's going to struggle to get back to 40, maybe the high this year. So basically, it could be a flat stock for the year. But anybody who steps in right now could make some good money and stuff like that. So I dollar cost averaged down, not a problem. And I am, in this for the long term. So I just wanted to make this quick video and talk about those 5 stocks. I'm going to do more videos. I'm going to touch on Amazon. I just took 2 short positions I'm going to tell you about. So I'll talk about that in the next 2 or 3 days. And please like and subscribe to my channel, Pat's Hall. And my name is Pat Dees, and I appreciate the support. And you guys have a great weekend. And thank you.